Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, I think we've got a one of a kind. I think this is the first time this has ever happened in Raid. So I've got to call it out, albeit I'm also pretty sure there's no one in a position to do it unless they are extremely patient with their resources. So let's call it out then. We have got the first ever guaranteed Void Legendary Champion event through pulling shards. And you know what? This is happening today. So it's happening 26th, I just checked, 26th of April is happening. I'm guessing it might just pop as soon as Clan v Clan goes live. But we are going to have a guaranteed champion event. All you're going to need, this is it, 90 Void Shards. Now this is where it gets tricky because we've just come off the back of a weekend where they threw out like insanely good Void Legendary Champions, yeah? Insanely good. So anybody who's anybody would have pulled Void Shards. If you're saving during that event, you're probably someone who doesn't really spend on the game anyway, which is totally cool, by the way. So it's unlikely you will ever have 90 Void Shards, ever. If you're buying them, I mean, they generally price them. Let's see if we've got any. Oh, you go. Here's a pack. So 4 times, and this is the best you generally see ever for pence per Void Shard. So 4 lots of this pack would be basically 200 bucks. So £200. Is it worth it for this champion? I mean, damn. It's so much. It's so much. Riho Bone Spear is the champion up for grabs. I've got to say, I don't have her, and I want her. That's where we're at. I probably don't want her as much today as I did maybe 3 months ago. So I think there's other champions now out there that do a job almost as well. But she is pretty unique, and she's awesome in the game. That's where we're at. She also looks super sweet, by the way. Like one of the best skins in the game. Great artwork on this champion. Raid always do a good job on artwork, but I really like this one. So Riho Bone Spear, what's going on with her? Crazy base stats. That's where I like to start. 105 speed is beautiful. Very nice base defense and very nice HP. With actually quite a juicy amount of attack for a support-based champ. So then, what we got? An A1 attacks one enemy, places a 15% continuous heal on the ally with the lowest HP, a bit like Withir does, I think. Also places a continuous heal on all allies with 30% or less HP for 1 turn. This is pretty good in Arena if you've taken a whack but you're still alive. So everyone gets, you know, a little bit of healing going, but it's not the most healing in the world, so it's an okay A1. A2 then places all the debuffs, basically. Places a stun, HP burn, decreased defense, weaken, decreased attack, decreased crit rate. Like, she's putting it all out there. She's like that. Don't worry, fellas. I've got the debuffs. You bring something else. So for a single target, I mean, she's just doing it all, including a lockout. So this is actually a freaking awesome A2. I mean, if you've got someone who spreads debuffs as well, then, you know, you've kind of got everything going on. But either way, this is just an awesome A2. But it's all about single target play here. So it's locking one person out and dealing with one person on an enemy team. This, though, I think is probably, this alongside our passive is the best part of our kit. So you can book this to 3 turns. What's the books looking like here? Quite a lot. It's kind of like what we're on, 9, 14 books. It's up the higher end for a legendary. So cleans all debuffs from all allies, then places block debuffs on them for 2 turns. So you're cleaning all of the nasty off. You're replacing it with something beautiful. Also heals them as well by 30% of their max HP and a further 5% for each debuff removed. I'd say there's 2 areas where I think this is as good as it gets in the game. If you are trying to deal with Hedgie in Arena, this is as good as it gets in the game. If you are trying to deal with Agreth, the spider boss in Doom Tower, I think this is as good as it gets. Because Agreth will give you that whole big nasty debuff, loads of poisons when you get started. Also, it will hit you quite hard. So you're kind of cleaning all that off. You pretty much get healed back to full. And then being on a 3-turn cooldown, you should have this back by the time they all come at you again. This is really strong. It's also kind of strong anywhere, right? Pretty much anywhere in the game, you are taking debuffs. Whether it's freezes, whether it's poisons, whether it's weakens, whatever. Anywhere in the game, you're taking debuffs. So a cleanse is super strong now. It's really strong. But to replace it with block debuffs, even better. Also get a nice juicy heal off it. It's just such a good ability on the A3. Then the passive. Now this is where she becomes pretty damn unique. So when receiving any debuff, instantly transfers them from this champion to the attacker. So we had a meta in the arena quite recently where Kymar was in every team. Kymar and Warlord pretty much. But Kymar was in every team. And, you know, Kymar sleeps you. What he does in a lot of the teams is he'll sleep your team. He'll then reset all of his team's abilities and then they'll nuke you into the ground. Yeah, he does those two things. So what Bone Spear does here is she says, I'm not taking a sleep. You're taking the sleep. And when she gets her turn, because she's not asleep, she cleanses the sleeps off everyone else with her A3 and then replaces them with block debuffs. So she becomes one of the best anti-Kymars in the game, I believe. Also, similar with Hedgie. Hedgie, you're trying to lock out me and my team. Oh, no, friend. You're locked out. And by the way, I'm just cleaning that off of my team. So very good against Hedgie as well. So yeah, this passive just becomes super awesome. It says here, will not transfer debuffs that cannot be removed. So there's a few champions that can put debuffs out there that are not allowed to be removed. So she can't do anything about that. This is also just cool for pretty much any Doom Tower boss. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know if this works with Bommel bombs. I think Bommel bombs cannot be removed. So I don't think they get transferred back. But other than that, I mean, she's a really good champion. Do I want to get myself 90 Void Shards? You know what I just had at the weekend? 95 Void Shards. I literally just spent them 2 days ago, raid. It's very saddening for me. It's very sad because I didn't get anything and I really would like Riho Bone Spear on the account. Especially because, I mean, she can just be in and out of the meta for arena defenses for sure. Anyway, guys, look, Riho Bone Spear, guaranteed Void Legendary, 90 Void Shards. First time they've ever done it on a Void Legendary. What do you think? What do you think about the number? Let me know down below. I've been Hell Hades. I will see you later.